It is, for the most part, quite deserted, quite eerie. It's dead. Nowhere in China feels like this. It just looks boarded up. It's been abandoned for quite some time. That's what I imagine something like Chernobyl to be like, I don't know. Now, did you know that China built a replica of Paris, and it's not too far from here in Shanghai? But to get there first, I need to take a trip on China's high-speed rail to the nearby city of Hangzhou. And I'm here at Shanghai's Hangzhou railway station, and I've got no idea where I'm going. It's absolutely huge. I think we have to go up here. Okay, so time to find out where the hell I'm going. Chinese train stations are absolutely huge. They're like going into airports. Just have a look at the scale of this place. You can tell this is the world's most populated country. I think it's actually the second most now, but yeah, it's the scale of everything here. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, I want this train, the G1377, so we're going to platform 9 to check in. The fact that there's 30 different platforms in this station is just ridiculous. I remember when I first came to China, I found this really hard to negotiate. Now it's okay, but for a first-time traveler, it's not the easiest thing to do to navigate China's train stations. Just have a look at just how busy and huge this place is. So this is me just up ahead here, this waiting area, 9A and 9B. I'm in the back 10 carriages, so I'll be in 9A. Now, from memory, my passport always had problems scanning at the automatic gate, so I need to make sure I get in the queue where the person is standing. So when you book a train ticket in China, you don't get given a ticket. You actually put your passport number in when you book online, and then it just links the ticket to your passport number. You scan your passport and you can get on the train without a ticket. There you go, see? No ticket needed, just my passport. So I need to find car 10, and I'm seat for a 1211, so it's going to be back this way. I just can't get over how big this place is, just how many people this station must move every day. Coming into Hangzhou now, and this is not the weather I was hoping for. Have a look. I'm just gonna have to make do with it, I suppose. Today's the only day I can do this. I made it to Hangzhou. Pretty quick trip that was, about 50 minutes or so. So here we are, another massive station, Hangzhou, a city I barely knew existed until the other day. I want to find somewhere to sit down now and work out how I'm going to get to this place. I know it's called Tianducheng. I'm not sure if there's a metro line going out there or if I need to get a taxi. Ideally there'll be a metro, but if not, it's not much of a problem. Just need to find somewhere to sit down in this massive place. Right, so I found where I need to go, and basically by public transport there is no metro. It is an hour 13 minutes on a bus, which, to be honest, I don't really want to do. So if I take, it's 40 minutes by car. So I think what I'll do is I'll get a taxi. It shouldn't cost more than 50 RMB if I'm guessing, so that's what, like $6-7 bucks. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'll get to see a bit of the scenery on the way too. I can find my way out of this damn place. It's like a bloody maze. Right, here we are, made it out in Hangzhou, and look at the weather. Just what I didn't want. Anyway, there's a bit of light off in the distance. I'm hoping it's gonna clear. But where do I go to get a taxi? No idea. Let's have a look around. It seems to look promising. Taxi straight ahead. This is ridiculous. I don't know where I'm going. I'm back in the stations. That's where the sign's pointed me to. I'm trying to go to where it says ride hailing car. I did that last time and I ended up on the street in the middle of nowhere. But hopefully better luck this time. This is the one thing about China. It's a great place to travel, but stuff like the simplest of things, like getting a taxi in a train station, can just be really difficult to figure out sometimes. I think we have found where to go. Only took me half an hour. Ni hao. Yes, do I? Got my taxi. Where that was. Right, so just been dropped off here in China's fake Paris. You've got no idea how much of a nightmare it was to get that taxi in the end. Used Didi at the station, he went to the wrong place, he rung me, I couldn't understand him, had to give my phone to a lady working there. Got there in the end, but yeah, that's what travelling in China can be like. Some of the smallest things can be really difficult. But just look at this, first impressions. The architecture there definitely looks very Parisian. Although if you notice from the distance there, it's kind of this typical Chinese blocks of flats. Now, I was told that this place was supposedly abandoned. But just looking around here, first impressions, yes, it looks a bit like Paris if you look above these shops. And it doesn't seem to be too abandoned. There's restaurants along here, people on the streets, people sitting out eating. So I don't know, have people started to move into this place now? So apparently this project started in 2007, so 18 years ago now, and it cost over $1 billion to build. And it was designed to sort of ease the housing problems in the cities, attract people to move out of the main city, Hangzhou, and move into an area like this. And I must say, the buildings here look very, very Parisian, but at the same time, it looks nothing like Paris. I mean, all the shops are Chinese shops, Chinese writing. I can't think of anywhere in Paris that looks anything like this, just the way it's laid out. And yes, it's not completely abandoned, but it is eerily quiet still. Anyway, let's walk down this, I guess it's like a fake Champs-Élysées sort of thing, and see if we can find anything interesting. I was thinking before I came that it'd be really cool if there was some sort of like French brasserie or like bakery or some sort of cafe sort of place along here. But so far seems to be nothing of the sort. The only thing remotely French European about this place is the architecture. Glad the weather has eased up as well. The sun's actually starting to come out. It would have been impossible to do this just an hour or so ago when I arrived at the station. So yeah, lucky for that. I will say it is eerily quiet walking around here. Just can think of what Shanghai is like on the Nanjing Road at any time of day, basically. Full of people, can't move. They need our traffic police to just control the way people are walking. When you look around here, it is for the most part quite deserted, quite eerie. There is a few people around, but I feel a lot of them are probably here doing the same thing as me, just coming to see it. Like, lots of shops and shop fronts, but a lot of them seem closed. And you look on the balconies up there, there is some people you can see living there. They've got their washing on the balconies hanging up. But at the same time, a lot seem completely empty and abandoned. Now, it wouldn't be a fake Paris without a fake Eiffel Tower. Up in the distance there, they've built a copy of the Eiffel Tower, much smaller than the real one, I can tell you that for sure. And yeah, this looks like it's about a third of the size, but you know, it feels like a theme park or a film set in here. It looks nothing like Paris, just the way it's built, but at the same time the architecture of course does look like being in Paris. So I will go up to the Eiffel Tower there for a closer look later on. But before I do that, I'm going to walk up to the end here and see what is all the way down that way. Now, looking on the internet, there's not really one distinct reason as to why the Chinese built this place. One is to ease pressure on the housing market in the main city. But while they build it like this, I've got a couple of theories as to why possibly. I mean, for Chinese people, the idea of going to Paris, it's like a really romanticized place. And it's really... Overseas travel is out of reach for a lot of Chinese people. Yes, lots do go overseas, but you got to remember it's a country of 1.4 billion people. So the Chinese we see overseas are just a fraction of the country's actual population. So for many, this might be the best they'll get. This is the closest they'll get to seeing Paris, the city that they read about and dream of coming to. Also, in our cities in the West, we quite often have a Chinatown, which is like an area that has sometimes some gimmicky Chinese style architecture, full of Chinese food, shops like this with Chinese writing. So I mean, is that just the same thing, but the Chinese equivalent, building a European town? I don't know. At the same time though, there's no European shops at all to be seen. No European people either. I mean, no people basically except for me. Bizarre place. So I want to see if this Paris facade sort of thing is just in this section, or if it goes like onto the streets, like streets back from here. I don't know if it's just like this one section here. I mean, there is, people have got their scooters here, so people must live here. And you see, no, like here, that doesn't look Parisian at all, these buildings here. Just walk one block back and you're just on a regular Chinese street. There's definitely some people living in these flats, because you can see them hanging their washing up. But I mean, for somewhere in China, and we're basically in Hangzhou still, I think, a city that's population 12, 13 million, something like that. It's dead. Nowhere in China feels like this, nowhere that I've been so far. You see what I mean though? You've got all these shops along here, all these shop fronts. They actually have like, they're businesses, but they have names and labels, but they pretty much all seem to be closed. Like just this one over here. It just looks boarded up. It's been abandoned for quite some time. Did people once live here and leave, or I don't know. It is a Saturday, but wouldn't that mean the people who live here would be here today, not at work, and be out doing stuff? I don't know, the weather is disgusting, but I think it's just another summer's day here. It's nothing out of the ordinary. And let's keep looking. Apparently there's another replica of a famous monument up to the right here. Look, opposite the Eiffel Tower. Is this supposed to be the replica of some sort of French garden or fountain sort of thing? I don't know. I hate to break it to them, but you're not fooling me. This does not feel like being in Paris. Except for the architecture, it feels like being in Disneyland or something. I tell you what, obviously I'm aware of the concept of winter and summer, but I haven't been to China in the summer and the winter now. The difference is just ridiculous. When I came here in February, I felt like I was going to get hypothermia. Now I'm here, and this might be just the hottest I've ever experienced, or one of the hottest I've ever felt in my life. It's just oppressive. That's coming from someone who lives in Australia as well. I've never felt anything like this. So you've got the fake Eiffel Tower up the end there, and then over here you've got this thing which is boarded off completely. You can't go there, and this is going to be terribly embarrassing if I get this wrong, but I believe that is a replica of a part of the Palace of Versailles. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I've been to the Palace of Versailles a long time ago, but yeah. And anyway, let's walk back up this way now and check out the fake Eiffel Tower. Honestly, I'm melting here. Unbelievable. China's take on a French fountain, it seems. Moments like this when I wish I could speak Chinese, at least conversationally. I'd love to, I mean there's hardly anyone here, but I'd love to go up to one of the few people who is here and just sort of ask them if anyone actually lives here and what it's like. And despite being seemingly semi-abandoned, still seems pretty clean, the streets, well maintained. So I mean, and also there is parked cars along here and cars going past, so people definitely live here and someone has definitely taken care of this place. So I don't think abandoned is quite the right word to describe this. Close to. If you're Chinese and you're watching this, please tell me in the comments why this place exists and what the thinking is behind it. I mean, like I said, I've read a few things on the internet, but there isn't one like concrete reason as to why they built this. So yeah, I'd love to know. Well, I don't think I'm going to find my French cafe that I was hoping to find. I don't even know if I'm going to find Chinese food. It's very quiet here. But yeah, just keep looking around, I suppose. I mean, the one thing the Chinese have done, they've replicated Paris to an extent, but without all the rubbish. It's a much cleaner version than, it's much cleaner than the real Paris. You know, I love China, but I'm never coming here in the summer again. At least not to this area, maybe the north, but it's just, my body wasn't built for this. Oh, it looks like I can buy a water, finally. There's actually going to be someone in this shop. Mister. Okay. Okay. 谢谢. 谢谢. There you go, someone does live here. It's just as easy to pay as anywhere else in China. Badly needed this is. Don't know why, but I always find it really eerie seeing abandoned kid stuff like this. It's like, it's what I imagine something like Chernobyl to be like. I don't know, just weird sort of like apocalyptic scene. Some signs of abandonment. So here is the Eiffel Tower replica here. It's a 3:1 scale model, so it's a third the size of the real thing. And it looks like it's boarded off as well, just like at the other end. So hopefully there's a way in, but I would like to go and get closer to it. So it seems that is as close as I'm going to get to the fake Eiffel Tower. Now I need to figure out what the hell to do with myself. I'd planned to spend the best part of a day here, but I mean there's really nothing here except for what I've shown you. It's taken me the best part of an hour or two. So yeah, might go back into Hangzhou, not sure yet, just gonna sit down and figure out what to do. Right, so I made up my mind. I've just sat in that Starbucks behind me for about half an hour. The aircon was lovely. I'm gonna go back to Hangzhou train station. I'm gonna try and change my ticket to go back into Shanghai. So I don't see the point of staying here. I thought it would take me all day. Even if they don't let me change it, it's like 15 bucks or something to buy a new one, so might just do that. Am I happy I came? I am, as I'm glad I got to see this, but to be honest, if you're coming to Hangzhou or Shanghai, probably not worth the trip if I'm being honest. Anyway, I've got something pretty exciting planned tomorrow, so I'll see you then for another adventure.